3, 4. Today as I was walking in the fields just down the way, I sat down on a fallen log to pass the time away. And as I looked around me, the more that I did look, the more I realized that I was viewing God's coloring book. I saw a golden ray of sunlight, a silver drop of dew, soft white floating clouds sailing across the sky of blue, a yellow dandelion, pretty evergreen, and some red and orange flowers growing wild along the stream. The more I looked around me, the more that I did look, the more I realized that I was viewing God's coloring book. The grain of sand in an old man's hair, the pink in baby's cheeks, the blackness in a stormy sky, the brown in falling leaves, and the multicolored rainbow stretched across the sky, and the purple haze at sunset just before the night. The more I look around me, the more that I do look, the more I realize that I was viewing God's coloring book. Turn my face toward the sky and say a silent prayer. Though God doesn't speak to me, I see Him everywhere. He is all around me, He's everywhere I look, and each new day is but a new page in God's coloring book. Yeah, each new day is but a new page in God's coloring book.
Social bubble, social bubble, get inside your head, inside your head, make you unhappy, make you unhappy, make it hard for us to spread, hard for us to spread. Social bubble, meant to be broken. When you blow up your bubbles, it's easier for us to spread. So here's to all your friends, and here's to your family. Mostly here's a toast to being free. Social bubble, social bubble, get inside your head, inside your head, make you unhappy, make you unhappy, make it hard for us to spread, hard for us to spread. Social bubble, meant to be broken. When you blow up your bubbles, it's easier for us to spread. So here's to your loneliness, here's to broken hearts. Don't you wanna hang with your friends you haven't seen since March? Social bubble, social bubble, get inside your head, inside your head, make you unhappy, make you unhappy, make it hard for us to spread, hard for us to spread. Social bubble, meant to be broken. When you blow up your bubble, bubbles, it's easier for us to spread. When you blow up your bubbles, make it easier to spread. Why don't you blow up your bubbles and make it easier for us to spread?
Oh, hello everybody out there in internet land. It's Robbie O'Spoon here in beautiful Dublin, Ontario, having a grand old time swilling the pigs and still digging the potatoes. Oh, and what a fine crop of potatoes it is. I've eaten me potatoes 3 times a day. Hash browns, home fries and potato pancakes for me breakfast. More home fries, french fries, potato soup, potato bread and even a potato sandwich for me lunch. Oh, and for me dinner, every kind of potato you can imagine. Baked, roasted, fried, boiled, mashed, microwaved, grilled, sliced, diced, rice, cheesy mashed, Duchess, Nochi, Hasselback, potato chips, Greek, dolphin, potato cakes, scallop potatoes, potato salad, potato skins, and au gratin, twice baked potatoes, and a big bowl of tater tots to nibble on while I be watching me telly. Oh, I loves me potatoes. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, me da, God rest his soul. He would take a potato out of the ground, dust off the soil, and eat it raw right there in the field like he was eating an apple. That's right. I usually eat one like that in the field every year just to remember me da, but it's not me favourite. Oh no, give me a big bowl of them tater tots and some French onion dip. Oh, that'd be good eating, let me tell you. Well, when I was a wee lad, we didn't have much, so all me toys were made out of potatoes. That's right. I had me potato toys. My sister had a whole family of dolls carved out of potatoes, and me, well, I had a whole sounder of swine. That's right, a herd of hogs is called a sounder of swine. My granddad taught me that, and he was the smartest man I ever knew. Anywho, me dad was a well-known potato carver, and he would carve a potato into just about anything. Of course, nothing went to waste back in them days, so when them wee potato piggies started to get a little soft, me ma would cook them up into something and we'd eat them for dinner. Oh, I'd be sad, but then me dad would carve me up a new sounder of swine, and I could get back to me playing at swilling the wee potato piggies. Ah, those were the grand old days. One Christmas, me dad gave me the entire hurling team carved out of potatoes. Oh, I had fun playing the hurling with me team of potatoes, but by the New Year's they was getting soft, so me mom made them into a big pot of cold cannon. Oh, cold cannon. Now there's a potato dish that'll make me eyes all misty for me dad, me ma, and me old life back home. Well, did you ever make colcannon made with lovely pickled cream, with the greens and scallions mingled like a picture in a dream? And did you ever make a hole on top to hold the melting flake of the creamy flavoured butter that our mothers used to make? Oh, you did, so did he, and so did I. And the more I think about it, sure, the nearer I'm to cry. Oh, weren't them the happy days when troubles we knew not, and our mothers made colcannon in the little skillet pot? Well, did you ever take potato cake and boxed ye to the school, tucked underneath your oxter with your books, your slate and rule? And when teacher wasn't looking, sure a great big bite you'd take of the creamy flavoured, soft and melting sweet potato cake. Oh, you did, so did he, and so did I. And the more I think about it, sure the nearer I'm to cry. Oh, weren't them the happy days when troubles we knew not, and our mothers made colcannon in the little skillet pot? Well, did you ever go to courting, boys, when the evening sun went down, and the moon began a peeping from behind the hill of down? And you wandered down the boreen where the Cluracan was seen, and you whispered loving praises to your own dear sweet Colleen. Oh, you did, so did he, and so did I. And the more I think about it, sure, the nearer I'm to cry. Oh, weren't them the happy days when troubles we knew not, and our mothers made colcannon in the little skillet pot? Slán. Let me tell you a story about an old friend of mine. Someone left her in a shopping cart in a parking lot for us to find. Just a fuzzy black pup, she was hungry and feeling alone. We put her in the back seat and told her we were taking her home. Run, Maggie, run, with the heart of a rebel child. Oh, run, Maggie, run, be just as free as you were wild. A few kids later, we moved out on the farm, and she followed those kids around. Yeah, she kept him safe from harm. And she loved to chase squirrels, playing out in the snow. She'd take off like a bullet, man, you should have seen her go. Run, Maggie, run, with the heart of a rebel child. Oh, run, Maggie, run, be just as free as you were wild. It was raining on a Monday, the day that Maggie died. She woke up and couldn't use her legs, so I laid down by her side. She put her head on my hand like she'd done so many times. I told her she was a good dog, and then I told her goodbye. Run, Maggie, run, with the heart of a rebel child. Run, Maggie, run, be just as free as you were wild. Had a revelation as the tractor dug a hole. Well, I can tell you right now that a dog has a soul. And I thought to myself as we buried her on the hill, I never knew me a better dog, and I guess I never will. Run, Maggie, run, with the heart of a rebel child. Run, Maggie, run, be just as free as you were wild. Run, Maggie, run, with the heart of a rebel child. Run, Maggie, run, be just as free as you were wild. Live from my basement, it's Tuesday Live, going to the dogs. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday Live, going to the dogs. Working on a bit of a dog theme tonight, and I come to you live from the traditional territory of the neutral Anishinaabe and Haudenosaunee peoples. And this coming Thursday, we mark the first National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. The day honors the lost children and survivors of residential schools, their families, and communities. Public commemoration of the tragic and painful history and ongoing impacts of the residential school system is a critical component of the reconciliation process. So wear orange, like got my orange shirt, just trying it out for Thursday. Listen to the stories of the lost children and survivors, and learn about and act upon the 94 calls to action that can help heal these wounds to our Indigenous brothers and sisters and also make us whole as a society. But tonight, on the 79th episode of Tuesday Live, we're honoring our canine companions with songs and images of dogs past and present. I'm kind of torn with regards to keeping dogs as pets. You know, I had a dog when I was a boy, but haven't had one as an adult. And human and dogs have certainly evolved together from that first wolf or coyote that sort of started begging for scraps around the campfires of our ancestors. And dogs certainly play an important role as, you know, service dogs, you know, search and rescue, as well as companions for many people as well. But I guess it's the argument about, you know, domestication that applies to all animals we use for agriculture, recreation, amusement, and entertainment. I know certainly a lot of dogs suffer as a result of domestication of dogs as well. But tonight we're going to honor dogs, and hope everybody's had a great week. We've had a pretty good week here around the Tuesday Live studios. Pat Ricky Bobby swung by earlier in the week and dropped off a big bag of ripe jalapeno peppers, those red jalapenos, which are nice by themselves. But what Willie took them, and you know, this is what you learn from hanging around with these southern folk, is you put them on the smoker, and Willie says you got to use pecan. That's what they use down in Mexico. But you put them on the smoker and you smoke them for about 3 hours, and then you dry them in the oven, and you end up with chipotle peppers, which are kind of dried peppers you can throw in a pot of chili or something, and they really spice things up. So if you have a bumper crop of jalapenos, maybe think about making some chipotles. It's kind of cool. But anyway, so speaking of Willie and his, I guess it's not a dog, but he's got a little pet rabbit going out there with his buddy Stu. Let's see what dog song Willie's cooked up for us this week. Hey y'all, Willie here again. Good to see ya. Hope everybody's having a good week. I'm having a pretty good week, and you're enjoying the weather. A little nice fall weather here now that we're into the autumn season. And boy, Rob said we're doing a show all about dogs. And I thought, well, you know, back when I lived back in North South Carolina in the trailer with my old girlfriend Wanda, we had a dog. We just called him Dog. That's all his name was. He was a good dog, I guess. You know, he sort of, you know, kept the place safe when we weren't there. Sort of like our, you know, our alarm system on the house if anybody came up there on the old trailer there. But unfortunately, Wanda got to keep him in the when we split up, and well, I probably couldn't bring him here to Canada anyways. But anyways, here's a song I think it's by Billy Currington, and it's called "Like My Dog." And I like to send this song out to my ex-girlfriend there, Wanda, because I think this sort of covers our relationship a little bit. Why can't it just be like my dog? He never tells me that he's sick of this house. He never says, why don't you get off that couch? He don't cost nothing when he wants to go out. I want you to love me like my dog. He never says I need a new attitude. Him and my sister ain't always in a feud. When I leave the seat up, he don't think that it's rude. Want you to love me like my dog does, baby. When I come home, I want you to just go crazy. He never looks at me like he might hate me. Want you to love me like my dog. He never acts like he don't care for my friends. He never asks where in the hell are you been. He don't play dead when I wanna pet him. Want you to love me like my dog does, honey. He never says, I wish you made more money. He always thinks that pull my fingers funny. Want you to love me like my dog. He don't get mad at me and throw a fit when I say his sister is a... Well, I never said your sister was that. Might have thought it a time or two, but never say it. That's rude. I want you to love me like my dog does, baby. When I come home, I want you to just go crazy. He never looks at me like he might hate me. Want you to love me like my dog. That's right. I want you to love me like my dog does, baby. I used to be a coyote. I'm all right now. Is that Stu? I'm gonna frighten you a little bit. Sorry there, little buddy. I know you don't like dogs much, do you? Hold on there, Stu. Hey, Stu, come back, buddy. Come on back here. Where are you going? He's a good dog. I've had him for years. He used to get up when I walk by, now just lifts his ears. He thumps his tail on the floor when I talk to him. When I talk too long, he just ignores me and goes to sleep again. He's a good dog. I got him as a pup. Well, thank you for that, Willie and Stu out there. Hope Stu's not too upset by all the dog songs we're singing tonight. But I see everybody here tonight. I see Ron from up in Kapuskasing. Good to see Ron. And I saw Steve the Legend checked in. I know if the other Steve's here as well. I believe that Mary and Bill are watching all the way from Ottawa, I heard rumor. So hi, Mary and Bill in Ottawa. I think they might be on YouTube along with, I know Peter Hunter, my buddy Peter, I think is back down in Tennessee. So hello way down in Tennessee, Peter, if you're watching. I don't know if Cindy watches with you or not, but, and Peter and Catherine are usually YouTubers as well. And I know there's a couple other Kathys out there. Kathy and Dwight up in Fenland. Good to see you folks here, as well as David Ward and Liz up there. I guess David's promoting his book as usual. He's written a couple great books, in fact. If you're into hockey or Newfoundland outports, two rather different things, I guess. But David's written books on both of those things. So if you're wondering that David Ward character that pops around in the comment section, check out more of him. He's pushing that as well. Steve the Legend, I'd like to talk to him. Steve Parson, he's apparently a brand ambassador for some beer now, Steve. Maybe if you send a few my way, I might mention it on the show. Like David Ward never sent me a copy of his book that I mentioned on the show. I think I actually paid for one, but that's good. You got to support authors because, boy, you don't make much money writing books, do you, David? But hey, there's Steve Morrison. Good to see you. Steve Morris, and Stan McRae's here. We got Stan's pictures coming up right now. Stan did submit a late submission of Dog the Bounty Hunter, which I didn't manage to work into the show yet, but I'm not sure if there's any Dog the Bounty Hunter songs. I've not watched too much of Dog the Bounty Hunter. He's kind of a peculiar character, typical kind of American thing, I guess. I don't know too much about him, but if there's a song about him, let me know. Maybe we'll fit it in later. But anyways, let's throw it over to our good friend Stan and his picks from down along St. Lawrence. See what he's got for us this week. Stan. Thank you so much for those pics, Stan. Fantastic set of images as always from down along the St. Lawrence River and those parts down there. And I noticed, excuse me, I catch my breath there. Harmonica playing always makes me leave me a little short of breath. Breathing and playing at the same time is a little challenging. But we also have, thanks again for the picture, Stan, and we've got some more Stan dog pictures a little later in the show too. We've thrown in some, I call them dog bumpers between some of the songs tonight. Some of them submitted by audience members. That first set, which you saw a little while back, after Willie played, was actually from Chris. I'm not sure if Chris is here tonight. I haven't seen her comment yet. But those were dogs from Chris's childhood, several of them. So what have I got going here? Here we go. Okay, and I just I was going to play. I asked people for dog songs, and there's surprisingly not that many dog songs. There's sort of that bingo song, and the bingo, that song you sang as a kid, where you'd clap for the letters of the name. We won't do that one tonight. That's more of a sing-along song. We'll save that for one of the sing-along shows maybe in the future. But and the other one I was told not to play was How Much Is That Doggy in the Window? That's kind of a bit of a classic one. I think like Patty Page or somebody recorded that back in the 40s or the 50s. And we'll pass on that one. But I was quite surprised. A lot of the dog songs about dogs, end up with the dog dying, and I guess that's part of dogs, is that they don't outlive us. Usually they have shorter lifespans. So often the first kind of major trauma in our lives as children, often the first death we encounter is that of a pet, often a dog. So I don't know if that has any significance at all, but I don't know. But the other thing I was surprised about when I asked for suggestions for dog songs, this next song was the most popular in terms of the number of times it was requested, and maybe just because it has dog in the title. And it's Me and You and a Dog Named Boo, which was recorded by a song called Lobo, I believe, a group called Lobo. And I'm not sure the exact date. Chris was here. Oh, Chris is here. She would have told us. Three Dog Night. Yeah, Three Dog Night song. I guess that would be a band named after a dog. Did Three Dog Night do any actual dog songs? I'm not sure. But anyways, we've dug a few up, and we're gonna try this. Me and You and a Dog Named Boo. I remember to this day the bright red Georgia clay, how it stuck to the tires after the summer rain. Willpower made that old car go. A woman's mind told me that's so. Oh, how I wish we were back on the road again. Me and you and a dog named Boo, traveling and living off the land. Me and you and a dog named Boo, how I love being a free man. I can still recall the wheat fields of St. Paul, and the morning we got caught robbing from an old hen. Those are stealing eggs. Old MacDonald, he made us work, but then he paid us for what it was worth. Another tank of gas and back on the road again. Me and you and a dog named Boo, traveling and living on the land. Me and you and a dog named Boo, how I love being a free man. Never forget the day we motored stately into big LA. The lights of the city put settling down in my brain. Though it's only been a month or so, that old car's bugging us to go. We gotta get away and get back on the road again. Me and you and a a dog named Boo, traveling and living off the land. Me and you and a dog named Boo, how I love being a free man. Me and you and a dog named Boo, traveling and living off the land. Me and you and a dog named Boo, how I love being a free man. Not much about Boo in that song, is there? There's a lot of boos in the title. And there's not really much talking about Boo. Somebody should write I think I'm going to work on a sequel to that song. The story of Boo. What happened to Boo, the dog, in Me and You and the Dog Named Boo? But anyways, I think we got Bob Dylan's little brother, Rob Dylan, lined up over in the Beatles tribute room. I don't know. Did Bob Dylan do any dog songs? I don't know. Let's find out. How does it feel?
Well, hey everybody, Rob Dylan here. Good to see you. Talking about dogs, never had a dog. And my work with trees, trees would be really kind of bad vibe to bring to trees if I had a dog with me or even had dog on me, so to speak, on my karma, so to speak, because, dogs and trees, a lot of dogs like to pee on trees and trees kind of don't like that. It's kind of a little bit too much nitrogen in one shot for them, so anyways, never had a dog, although I got nothing against them. They're kind of nice dogs, but I also thought, if I had this theory about dogs, the dogs, do you think having a dog as a pet, is that really letting the dog live its own free life? Letting the dog be free? And, I got that idea. My brother Bob wrote a song, not a very popular one, but look it up. He does a kind of jazzy version that's really cool. I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do there's an acoustic version he did. That's kind of the way I'm going to try it anyways. And it's called If Dogs Run Free. And I think it kind of speaks to that thing about, dogs and being free and, are dogs really free? And I guess maybe Bob's trying to say, like, are we any different from dogs ourselves? Are we free? I'm not sure exactly, but anyways, listen to the song. Maybe you'll have a different interpretation than I do, but it's called If Dogs Run Free. If dogs run free, then why not we? Across the swooping plain, my ears hear a symphony of two mules, trains and rain. The best is always yet to come, so they explain to me. But every way is the right way. If dogs run free. If dogs run free, why not we? If dogs run free, dogs run free, why not me? Across the swamp of time, my mind weaves a symphony of fine design and rhyme. O winds which rush my tale to thee, so it may flow and be. To each his own, it's all unknown. If dogs run free. If dogs run free, why not we? If dogs run free, dogs run free, then what must be
must be, that is all. True love can make a blade of grass stand up straight and tall, in harmony with the cosmic sea. True love needs no company. It can cure the soul, it can make it whole. If dogs run free, if dogs run free, why not we? If dogs run free, if dogs run free, why not we? If dogs run free. He's a good dog. I got him as a pup. I tried to teach him all the tricks, then I just gave up. 'Cause he never acted very bright, though his eyes, they've got this glow. And I think he actually knows some things that actually I don't. And he never barks at strangers, and he never barks at cars. Well, thank you, Rob Dylan, for that nice rendition of your brother Bob's song. I was not familiar with that song, If Dogs Run Free, but it's a great one. I have to look up that jazz version. That sounds interesting as well. Nice to see you check in, Lee, from Lancaster, New York. Nice of you. You got to hold your great grandson. That's exciting. Those that last little dog bumper there. That was my my grand puppy, I guess, Caslow. The little black lab with the Leafs jersey on, and in the snow there as well. And then those last two pictures, that was my childhood dog, Jason. Jason, the carrier of the Golden Fleece, a golden retriever. He was a great dog. We had him for a long time, and he was. I've actually wrote a song about him that I'm going to perform a little later in the show. Stick around for that. It should be fun too. But good to see everybody here tonight. I'm not sure who else. Check in if you haven't checked in. Say hello. We always like to check in with our audience members from wherever they're checking in from. It's always fun to know who's watching the show and where you're watching it from. And right now we're going to head a little bit west of here over to Dublin, Ontario to see what that Irish fella, whether he's got any dog music to share with us. So let's send it over to Robbie O'Spoon.
Oh, well, hello everybody out there in internet land. Robbie O'Spoon here in Dublin, Ontario. Is having a grand old time, swilling the pigs and, well, digging me potatoes and eating me potatoes. I'm loving the potatoes this year. They've been really good. But Rob was talking about a dog show, and I thought back, well, had a dog when I was a wee boy back home, and his name was Finnegan the dog. And oh, he's a good dog, old Finnegan. He's long gone now, but dogs, we generally outlive our dogs. Our dogs don't outlive us, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Certainly miss old Finnegan. He was a good dog. He used to come out with me in the fields when I was hilling the potatoes, and he'd help me swill the pigs too. He'd come along to keep me company while I was swilling the pigs. So I miss old Finnegan. But anyways, I thought I'd do a song. I think it was requested last week. It's a song by that Canadian fella, Fred Eaglesmith. It's called He's a Good Dog. Well, Finnegan was a good dog, so this goes up to you, my old lad. My old fella Finnegan there, so. He's a good dog. I've had him for years. He used to get up when I walk by. Now he just lifts his ears and he thumps his tail on the floor Oh, when I talk to him, oh, when I talk too long, he just ignores me and goes to sleep again. Ah, he's a good dog. I got him as a pup. I tried to teach him all the tricks, and then I just gave up. Ah, 'cause he never acted very bright. Those eyes, they've got this glow, and I think he actually knows some things that actually I don't. And he never barks at strangers, and he never barks at cars, and he howls at the coyotes, oh, well, they're howling at the stars. And he scratches at the back door till someone lets him in. Then he scratches at the other side, 'cause he wants back out again. Ah, he's a good dog. Ah, but one of these days I'm gonna have to drive him into town and have him put away, 'cause he don't hear that good no more, and he can hardly walk. But until then I look at him and I say, he's a good dog. Ah, he's a good dog. And he never barks at strangers, and he never barks at cars, and he howls at the coyotes when they're howling at the stars. And he scratches at the back door till someone lets him in. Then he scratches at the other side, 'cause he wants back out again. Thanks for that song, Robbie, and a few of Stan McRae's fine dog pictures there shared with us. And hi, Evelyn and Ken over in Guelph. Hopefully we're going to have Sandy back on the show soon. I heard he was in the studio, but hopefully he's out by now and we can secure again to maybe do a few songs for us in the coming weeks. We miss Sandy. He was such a great addition to the show. And of course, Sandy and I did that kitchen party show from Ken and Evelyn's kitchen over in Guelph a month or so ago. That was super fun. And hi, Ann up in Barrie. Nice to see you. Thanks for dropping in and watching the show tonight. Appreciate that. And I see Peter has checked in from Sewanee, Tennessee. Stay safe down there, Peter. I know you flew down there, I guess. I hope that you glad to know you got there safely. And I see David Ward shilling another one of his books. But no, we're quite happy to share all creative pursuits on Tuesday Live, whether it's music, comedy, stories, storytelling, writing. If you have a book, let us know about it. We'd love to promote it here. Anything you create,
we'd love to share your creation with us. And David's books are fine. I've read both of them. Unfortunately, the problem with when you read books, you lend them to people and then you never see them again. And I see that Lee's read it the second time. And both those books I'd like to read again, but I'll have to track down either the copy I sent or maybe buy another copy. What the heck? It goes to a good cause. The publisher, I'd probably be now. David gets his 5 cents out of every book or whatever authors get. If it's like musicians, it's probably like 5 cents for every copy of the book that goes out there. But anyways, here's a song I wrote. I think I played it once on the show a while ago. It was I kind of wrote it like an improvisational song. I just kind of played it and wrote it down as I played it. And so it's kind of a bit of a talking blues kind of song, but it's called Just a Dog, and it was inspired by my old dog Jason, which we saw some pictures of a little earlier. So hope you like it. Has a sing-along part, a bark-along part later, actually. Sometimes I just wonder why. I wonder why I don't have a dog. I had a dog so long ago. His name was Jason. I loved him so. He was a dog, just a dog. All that dogs do, they just eat and sleep and love you. He was a dog. They just eat and sleep and poo, but they still love you. That's all they do. He's just a dog. I kept Jason on a chain out between the kitchen and the drive shed. He'd wait there all day while we were off at school. And when he saw us coming home, he'd get up and walk out to the end of the chain. He was a dog, just a dog. But I loved him, I loved my dog. He was a dog. Boy, I often wondered if I could learn to talk to my dog, just like Dr. Doolittle. I'd be able to tell Jason I love him. He's a dog, just a dog. What's that, Jason? What? Oh, 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 oh. Hear that? Is that how you say it, Jason? Oh, 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 oh. He's just a dog, and I love him. Whoa, 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 whoa. He's a dog, and I know he loves me. Whoa. One day long after I'd moved away from home, Jason laid down but couldn't get up. Mom had to take him down to the veterinarian. He wasn't a very good veterinarian, but he knew how to put dogs down. He was a dog, and I loved him. Did all he or she do is eat and sleep and poo and love you? Did you ever tell him you loved him? It's easy. Just say, woof, 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 woof. Come on, bark along with me. Woof, 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 woof. One more time. Woof, 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 woof. Woof, 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 woof. Well, that was something else Jason told me, but I don't really want to get into it right now. He's a dog, just a dog. But I loved him, I really loved him. Woof, 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 woof. Woof, 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 woof. Just a dog. It's not about Jason. Here's Neil Old. I think Neil actually has a dog song. Let's hear it. Well, hey, Lazy. Good to see ya. Glad you're gonna do a tune with me tonight, are you? So you got your cojones. Excellent. Listen, Neil did a song. It's called Old King, and I think it's about his dog. It's got certainly a lot of dog stuff in it about Old King, and I thought it'd be a good one here to do for the dog tribute show. So Crazy, why don't you just give one of those crazy cojones intros of yours? I'll just stand around and wait while you go a little crazier. Go! King went riding after deer, wasn't scared of jumping off the truck in high gear. King went sniffing and he would go, was the best old hound dog I ever did know. I had a dog and his name was King. I told the dog about everything. There in my truck, the dog and I. Then one day the king up and died. Thought about the times we had once when I kicked him when he was bad. Old King sure meant a lot to me, but that old hound dog is his story. The king went running after deer, wasn't scared of jumping off the truck in high gear. King went a-sniffing and he would go, was the best old hound dog he ever did know. Oh, that old King was a friend of mine, never knew a dog that was half as fine. I may find one you never do know, because I still got a long way to go. Dog about everything. Old King sure meant a lot to me, but that old hound dog is his story.
truck in high gear. King went sniffing and he would go. He was the best darn hound dog I ever did know. He's a good dog. But one of these days, I'm gonna have to drive him into town. Now put away. Well, thanks Neil, and Lazy was here tonight. That's exciting to have Lazy out there in the Cajonny. And speaking out there, Willie just came running and said he's got one more. He says he remembered another dog song. So I'm going to send it out to the shed here and let to Willie, and I don't know if Stu's involved with it or not, but anyways, let's see what Willie's got for us. Hey y'all, Willie here again. Got another song for you for the dog show we're doing. It's a good dog song by the great Hank Williams. The original Hank Williams, not Junior, not the third, not the fourth. I don't know, what are they on now, the fifth or something? But anyways, the original Hank Williams did this song. It's about a fella coming home and having to end up sleeping in the doghouse. Let me tell you, that happened to me a few times when I came home a little late and Wanda had the trailer all locked up and I had to sleep out there in the house with a dog. So that wasn't much fun. I don't know what they're doing out there. They're building something or other, making a lot of racket anyways. But anyways, you know, shed, you don't get pretty noisy out here in the shed sometimes. But anyways, I got this song. It's called Moving On Over by Hank Williams. If you know it, sing along. Come in last night at 10:30. Baby of mine won't let me in, so move it on over, move it on over, move it on over, move it on over, move over, little dog, 'cause the big dog's moving in. Change the lock on my front door, my door key don't fit no more, so get it on over, move it on over, scoot it on over, move it on over, move over, skinny dog, 'cause the fat dog's moving in. This doghouse here's mighty small, but it's better than no house at all. So ease it on over, move it on over, drag it on over, move it on over, move over, old dog, 'cause new dog's moving in. Let's go. Play around, but I done let the deal go down. So pack it on over, move it on over, tote it on over, move it on over, move over, nice dog, 'cause a mad dog's moving in. She warned me once, she warned me twice, but I don't take no one's advice. So scratch it on over, shake it on over, move over, short dog, 'cause a tall dog's moving in. On her knees, and I'll be busy scratching fleas. So slide it on over, move it on over, sneak it on over, move it on over, move over, good dog, 'cause a bad dog's moving in. Remember, pop, before you whine, that side's yours and this side's mine. So shove it on over, move it on over, sweep it on over, move it on over, move over, cold dog, 'cause a hot dog's moving in. that, Stu? Yeah, sorry, we're still doing dog songs, but we're done. I think that's the last one I'm doing anyways. Let's go do something. Let's go for a walk or something, Stu. Come on, let's go. Stu, get back here. Well, thanks for that song, Willie, and Stu out there. Hopefully Stu's calmed down a little bit. I know the dog songs might get the rabbit a little uppity, so to speak. But anyways, that brings us to the conclusion of our dog special here, our Going to the Dog show on Tuesday Live. Thanks for checking in and watching with us here tonight. Episode number 79. We're just going to keep this thing rolling along as long as we can anyways. Thanks to everybody who participated in tonight's show. Chris and Stan and everybody who submitted dog pictures, and Stan for his always amazing set of photos. And our regular cast of characters, the next Dylan, Rob Dylan, the greatest Neil Young tribute artist of our generation, Neil Old, and his cajon playing partner, Lazy Horse. And also that Irish fellow over in Dublin, Ontario, the pig swiller, Potato Hill, and Robbie O'Spoon. And of course our resident shed dweller, Cousin Willie, and his little fur buddy, Stu the rabbit. Next Tuesday, a week from today, it's my birthday. I'm not kidding you, it's really my birthday. And some people think, well, geez, Rob, you should take your birthday off. No way, I'm going to have a party with all my friends on Tuesday Live. We've been doing this for 79 weeks. We're going to do it for 80. And the 80th show, we get to celebrate my birthday. So you're all invited to the party. No gifts, please, other than the gift of your presence. But if you want to send me a little recorded video greeting or something, I'd be happy to run it on the show. And hopefully going to scare up a few of those absent musicians who've been out doing like regular gigs and stuff. Come maybe do a little something for my birthday show. I'd like to just sit and have a couple cold beverages and maybe a slice of cake and watch some other folks perform. So I'm going to try to rattle their cages a bit, see if I can get them on the show. If you know any of them, let them know. You say, hey, it's Rob's birthday next week. Why don't you come do something for a show? I'd love to do that. Or why don't you do something for my show? Maybe David, maybe you can read an excerpt from your book. That'd be kind of fun. And if anyone else is working on a book, you can come read an excerpt from your book too, or tell a story, whatever you want to do. It'd be super fun. But anyways, next week's my birthday. So come to my birthday party. You're all invited. And thanks to all the generous folks who do help support the show, as Tuesday Live patrons are contributing to our virtual tip jar. Helps keep us going with all the things we have to do to keep the show on the air, which isn't a lot, but doesn't mean getting out of bed every morning. And of course, we got some software and hardware and stuff. It's like most musicians of my level. We spend about as much on our craft as we do earn from it. So, and maybe sometimes we spend a little more. But anyways, we have a lot of fun doing it. And thank you for your support helping me do it. And don't miss a show. Either like my page on Facebook or go to YouTube and subscribe and hit the little bell so you know when I'm on the air. You can come watch it. And somebody said, I'm not sure I can watch Rob's show. I'm not his friend on Facebook. And I have lots of friends on Facebook, but you don't have to be my friend on Facebook to watch it. You can watch it on YouTube. Anybody can watch it. I think you can watch it even on Facebook without having to be a friend. But you are my friend if you watch my show. But I'd love to have you here. And check out our Tuesday Live. The best way to find out about the show is just sign up for our email list. And we send out notification every week. And you can also check out about lots of information about the show, some back links to some previous episodes, as well as all the artists that have appeared in the show over the many weeks of the show as well. Appreciate that as well. I'd like to thank everybody that's involved with the show. Karen Cantello, who's done a lot of great animation work for us. She's on a bit of a sabbatical right now, doing some work of her own with her art career. And I'm looking forward to see what that produces. My executive producer, Carol, who certainly helps support the show and provides me with lots of positive advice and suggestions through the show as well. And all of you out there who help support the show and everything we're doing here. I really appreciate what you do. And I've been thinking a lot. We've had a lot of discussions with family and friends about vaccination and people who are kind of getting rid of this pandemic. And I think what it all comes to, I read an article the other day and I thought it kind of put it quite succinctly, is just where are you coming from? Are you coming from a place of love, or are you coming from a place of hatred? And I think if you're coming from a place of love, then I think you're on the right path. But if there's anger and hatred in your life, try to find some love. And I'm going to send some love out your way right now with my favorite closing song, Just Love, and know that
even in a world where it can seem to be bearing down on you, that you are loved. There's people out there who love you, and right here, I love you, and we all love each other here. So let's just keep on loving. Don't forget the after party too. I forgot to mention that, didn't I? We usually have lots of fun there, so come visit the after party sometime. Get the link in the email every week. Everybody needs a place to go, and everybody needs some way to know that they're loved. Why do we hurt the ones we love? Why don't we lift them up instead of putting them down and just love? 'Cause deep inside every one of us, there's something brighter than gold waiting to shine out. Keep it covered up with a layer of clay. We've got to start washing it off someday with just love. We'll only be here for a very short time, to lie in the sun and drink sweet wine and just love. We'll all be here and then be gone. Instead of harsh words and singing sad songs, let's just love. Deep inside every one of us, there's something brighter than gold waiting to shine out. Keep it covered up with a layer of clay. We've got to start washing it off someday with just love. Just gonna do, and if you join with me, we would make two. We need more giving, less taken away. If we start right now, we'll get there someday to just love. Find it in your heart if you look deep enough. You find the only thing that we really need now. It's just hard to just love in a world full of hate. If we get started now, it won't be too late to just love. 'Cause deep inside every one of us, there's something brighter than gold waiting to shine out. We keep it covered up with a layer of clay. We've got to start washing it off someday with just just love, just love, just love, just love, just love, just love. Just love.